You are at the new store of your favorite brand, and suddenly you realize that there is something very different about this store than all the other stores of the brand you have been to. It just seems so much better. You are probably in the brand's flagship store. We will talk about flagship stores in today's Retail Refresher. A flagship store for a retailer is the store which they take pride in. It may be their biggest store in size or sales, the store in the most prominent location, or the showpiece store showcasing their largest assortment or range and the first to get the latest collection. The store where all new concepts are tested first, and the store that is treated as the showstopper for the brand. A retailer can have multiple flagship stores as well. Now that we know what a flagship store is, let's look at some interesting flagship store examples from India and abroad in the next part of this video. We will start with some examples from my retail journey. My first retail organization was Food World, which was the country's first modern supermarket chain. One of the first and largest Food World stores was in MG Road, Bangalore. This flagship store pretty much ticked off all the reasons I mentioned earlier. It was the largest store in terms of size, sales, assortment, and of course, attention. The next example is from Health & Glow, the pioneering beauty retailer in India. The Health & Glow flagship store in Mumbai was at Phoenix Market City, Lower Parel. It was a prime location and had the widest range ever, with a lot of experiential retail concepts introduced for the first time. Customers could get their skin analyzed and products recommended as per their skin requirements, or they could just get a makeover done by experienced makeup artists stationed at the store. Let us now talk about some prominent international flagship store examples. Let's start with the retail mecca of New York and the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue. This store is open 24/7, offering the latest launches, a genius bar, and an iconic glass cube entrance measuring 32 feet on each side, which is quite a sight to behold. Moving to another fashion retail destination, Paris. Louis Vuitton has its flagship store at Champs-Élysées. The imposing 5-story building housing the LV store is the largest store and is a listed historical monument for its architectural brilliance. It is one of the city's iconic landmarks. Let's talk about a brand we have all loved at some point, Lego. The Lego store in London's Leicester Square is full of life-size models, including Big Ben and a replica London Underground carriage that you can sit in, making it experiential and aspirational in terms of what is possible. Another flagship store example from London is the Lush store on Oxford Street. Lush is known for its fresh bath and body products. The Oxford Street store is the biggest Lush store worldwide, with 3 entire floors, including a spa using the brand's bath and beauty products. What's common between the locations of flagship stores, be it in India or internationally? The choice of prime real estate. Most of the flagship stores are in prominent cities and prime high street locations in the city. Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore in India. And the international brands have their flagship stores in London, New York, Paris, Tokyo, and Shanghai. However, there is an interesting new development in India since the last couple of years when it comes to flagship store locations. Stick around to know what that change is and reasons for the same. I have noticed an increasing number of brands choosing Tier 2 cities for flagship stores. The obvious reason would be cheaper real estate and the availability of larger space befitting flagship stores. But can that be reason enough for brands to move to Tier 2 cities for their showstopper stores? Clearly, there is more than what meets the eye. Apart from the compelling real estate advantage, the changing consumer dynamics in smaller cities is behind this move. Consumers from smaller cities have become increasingly aspirational and willing to splurge on brands. The e-commerce boom in India is fueled by growth from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and this is proof that there is a financial viability in tapping into the consumer spends in these cities. Rising incomes and aspiration are driving consumer demand in Tier 2 cities, which are relatively untapped till now. And that is why brands are choosing to showcase flagship stores in cities like Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Cochin, Chandigarh, or Surat. To quote an example, Being Human, the clothing brand, has its flagship store in Bandra, Mumbai. However, it has also opened a flagship store in Jaipur last year. and that is a trend being seen in many other brands. Hope you have enjoyed learning about flagship stores in this edition of Retail Refresher. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to this channel if you want to keep yourself updated on all things retail. Drop a comment on what topics you would like me to cover in upcoming editions. You can write in at mmretailrefresher@gmail.com. See you again next Thursday.